And we're live at Rebel TV After Dark. My name is Donnie Parks, and I'm here with Joe Hines, and we're expecting another guest to show up at any time. And this is Rebel TV After Dark. We are the Rebel Marketers, and welcome to our show tonight. Tonight's show is going to be a little off-the-cuff, impromptu, some of the things we're going to cover, but the main idea and the title of the show is basically how to overcome your fears or running from ninjas is one of the taglines we put. And we can go over about why that title was chosen after we get into this. So anyway, if you'd like to introduce yourself, Joe, go ahead and shoot away.
Thank you. I'm Joe Hines. I am part of the Rebel Group. Myself and my wife, Rhonda, got on board here right after the Miami event, and things have just been shooting and taking off. So there you have it.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah. So with our show tonight, basically, to do a recap of if you've never been on Rebel TV, each day at 3 p.m. Eastern, we have a show. It's a live show, and members of our team, we go on a Google Hangout, and we basically share things that we're working on, or thoughts that come to mind, or things that we think may be beneficial to others, or just have fun. We just get on here to have fun and hang out. So yeah, then tonight is a special night because it's Rebel TV After Dark, and it's 8 p.m. Eastern time now. And if you're watching the recording, you'll know that it's getting dark outside where we are for now. It may be dark where you are across the ocean there, but anyway, yeah, that's what we do. Every day, 5 days a week, we get on and we share what we're doing in our business. In our business with Empower Network and as part of the Rebel Marketers and Internet Marketing, we have a lot of different things that we do each day. Everyone has a different role in our team and in their own business online. And one of the great things about it is that we actually are able to share with this on our blogs and on Rebel TV and other things across social media and on the internet. So to get to the subject, Joe, when I said running from ninjas, what I really meant, I kind of alluded to it, gave you a little hint earlier. I run obstacle races. I'm actually wearing a Spartan race shirt now. And hey, we've got Andrew on the line here. Hey, Andrew. Oh, you're muted. Unmute yourself, Andrew. So, yeah, running from ninjas. I was running an obstacle race this weekend, and usually the obstacle races are just regular races where you just run and you go through obstacles, and it's quite difficult. They're varying lengths. But this race in particular was called the Bushido Challenge, and it was different because you had to run from ninjas. People dressed up like ninjas, and they would chase you, which is quite ridiculous, but at the same time it added another element to it because you had to be very alert and very aware of your surroundings and what was going on, because these guys jump out and they try to steal your flags like flag football.
Right.
So that was what it was. But overcoming fear is the idea, and that was a bit fearful. I mean, you knew that they weren't going to hurt you, but the idea is how to overcome your fears, because a lot of people are afraid to do anything like that, or people are afraid to do anything outside of the norm, and whenever they do something outside of the norm, sometimes they can't get by this mental block or this hurdle of fear. Fear, that crushing feeling of in your chest where things just kind of get tight and you feel it in your throat, and it's just fear. Cold sweats, cold clammy hands. Everybody has a different feeling. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And now, Andrew, can you hear us?
I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, yeah, you're nice and loud. All right. Well, welcome, man. I'm glad you made it.
Thank you.
I'm going to turn my volume down a little bit here. So, did you get the subject of the show, Andrew?
Yeah. Fear.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I got it.
Right. So one of the things this is what's going to be different about this show is, well, usually we have different varying guests, but tonight, us three guys, we all happen to have something in common, and I don't know if you want to share that, Joe. You might know what I'm talking about. about our past. That there was some fearful instances in my past when I was doing that kind of service, if you will. So, would you like to allude about that, Joe?
Yeah, well, actually, that's kind of where I was going to come from anyway. What he's talking about is our military background. I'm Navy, and Andrew, I don't know what branch you're in or we're in.
Anchors away.
All right, so hey, Navy's on deck. But what pushed me through was when I joined the military, I didn't know how to. When I joined the Navy, I didn't know how to swim, and I had a instant prior to that when I was young in a summer camp. We were trying to be taught how to swim, and he had everybody in a circle. You hold your breath and go under at the same time. But I was the last one to go under, and the instructor came up and he pushed me down. I get a lung full of water and everything else, and that kind of, gave me a phobia as far as dealing with a large mass of water. You know what I'm saying? So when I joined the Navy, you have to do the swim. So on one side they have, okay, if you know how to swim, get on this side. All non-swims get on this side. So of course I was a non-swim, thinking they just gonna take you out there and float you around a little bit. They line you up, take you to the deep end, take you to the deck, 5-foot deck over 10 foot of water, and say, hey, jump. So long story short, back then, the midway point of your 8 weeks was service week. So they would send you throughout the base to do different jobs to get you acclimated to actually working the regular schedule of the Navy. So, of course, that week I had to go to the pool and qualify for swimming. So, like I said, long story short, the first instructor, I ended up pushing him off the deck. They gave me the threat, so you're gonna get kicked out, you're gonna all this other stuff. But I learned to swim, I learned to tread water, I learned the basic backstroke. To this day, that's the only stroke I know is the basic backstroke. But going through that and actually seeing that fear, meeting that fear, and punching through, because I knew that on the other side of that I was going to be where I wanted to be. That right there gave me the confidence and the courage to do whatever I've done up to this point. I just think about that 1 week that was pure hell for me, and it really wasn't physical hell. It was more mental hell as far as the limitations that I was putting on myself, thinking that I couldn't do it or I didn't have the talent to do it or whatnot. So yeah, it's a good topic for me because, like I said, once I got past that barrier, it's nothing that I haven't been able to do.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's. I know exactly what you're talking about. And, what about you, Andrew?
I can't off the top. The time I was at the pool up in Chicago, I remember that all too well. I mean, you brought back a lot of memories, and us marching underneath the highway. I want to stay on point here, but I mean, it's just like going to general quarters. I remember one time I was in Norfolk on the Resolute. Myself and another hull tech were in the officers' quarters, and we hear the fire alarm, and we're thinking it's the drill, right? The duty drill. It was the real thing, and it's like, but you just get so amped up, but yet, I mean, you don't know what's going on. Like if it was a fire in the engine room or whatever, I mean, you don't know what to expect, but it's just like kind of almost, it's like you don't know what you're going into, but I think for the most part I fell back on my training, and that kind of paved the way. And not, because there was a movie, what was it, Kevin Costner, the search and rescue swimmer with Ashton Kutcher, where the people get freaked out in the water, and sometimes if they don't have something, if fear, they lose control. And if you have something to guide you, you maintain that control. But I want to keep it more on topic, though.
Well, that's right on topic. I mean, that's you kind of went around about, but that was it. I mean, you were talking about fear, and like Joe was talking about as far as fear in the water. I mean, it's a very serious, life-threatening situation potentially. I mean, in that controlled environment, you know that you're going to be okay, but you don't really know that you're going to be okay. And any other kind of fear that comes up in a situation where it's fear of the unknown. You don't really know. You don't know if you're going to be okay. You don't know if things are going to work out, and that's what people get paralyzed in. And we all have had to have experienced that. Everyone. So that overcoming that point is what your training, Andrew. That got you past that. And Joe just had to make a decision. He had to push a few people in the pool, and had to get a little bit rowdy, get angry with them or something. And eventually he got through that. But just any kind of instance like that, and where you have to just drive through, and you have to find that inner resolve, whether it's you're going to fall back on your training, or you're just going to have to get angry, or you're just going to have to not necessarily get angry in a bad way, but just find that inner drive where you're just going to drive through, and you just make a decision in the moment that you're going to get through it, whatever it is, because that fear can paralyze you. And whether it's in a life-threatening situation like a fire on board a ship, like you're talking about, Andrew, or in the water, Joe, or running from ninjas in my obstacle race. I mean, if those guys were really trying to get me, that'd be pretty fearful. My decision would be to run a lot faster. But ideally, that inner resolve that you have to make a decision, whether it's you're working in your business, you're working online, you're fearful about doing a blog post, or putting up an ad, or writing an email, or getting on camera, doing a hangout, whatever you can do in your business. That's some of the things that people have experienced that I've talked to in the past is like, oh, I don't know, I can't be on camera, because a lot of times nowadays, we make a lot of videos in our business because that's a great communication tool. It's a way to reach out to people, and that's probably one of the most fearful. We've heard about public speaking, and it's a form of public speaking, and it might just be you holding the camera, but a lot of people will have trouble getting past that point, and some people never are able to make that transition to where they just say, all right, forget it, I'm just going to do it, whatever, I'm just going to, because you have to have that vision in mind to get past that. So public speaking is one of the most feared things ever. A lot of people fear it more than death, they say, in public speaking classes. And getting past that point, and especially getting up in front of a crowd, or getting in front of a camera, it can be quite fearful. But overcoming that fear is key. So what are some of the ways, Joe, that you find inner resolve in your business? Like if you've ever had a situation that was could have been fearful in the past or in the beginning, or what are some of the ways that you tap in and overcome your fears?
First of all, you have to recognize it. You can't be in denial that you are in fear, or that you're fearful of the situation. You have to first really self-analyze that, okay, I'm afraid of something, but I'm specifically afraid of this thing. Because most fear, or all fear, is pretty much based in security.
Right.
It's based in being secure, and it's based in the unknown. If you're not secure in what the outcome is going to be, and you don't know what the outcome is going to be, that's what most people are fearful of. It's like, I'm tired of my job. I want to do something different. But if I quit my job, there's my security. It's out the window. You know, my retirement is my security. Or if I try this new thing, I might be secure in every other thing, but if I try this new thing and I don't know the outcome, there's fear again. So what I tend to do is first you have to analyze exactly what is causing that anxiety within you. And you just step up to the plate and you just say, hey, either I'm going to sink or swim right here at this moment. I mean, it's, you know, basically for me, that's the only way that I see to fight through it. It's like, you know, I can sit here and talk to other people about their experiences, but for me, it's like, I'm right here at the threshold right now. Either I can knock on the door, see if anybody's home, I can turn around, I can wiggle the handle to see if it's unlocked, or, you know, I mean, if what I need is on the other side of that door and I really need it, if it's unlocked, you'll never know unless you try. If it's locked, you know, you might have to kick it in. But if it's what you need is on the other side of it, you just got to push through it. And I mean, but that's just me. I mean, you know, somebody, one of you guys might have another alternate route to that, but for me, it's
I like that.
right there in my face. I got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any other way either. I mean, it's either come and get what you came for or go home empty-handed.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Because for me, it's I've heard too many people say, well, they use this word that I don't like, try. I'm trying to do this, or I'm trying. I'll get there. I know I need to do it, but I'm trying. I'm not there yet. Look, either you do or you don't. Pride is nothing but another word for fear. So, you know, either you're going to get it and move on to the next thing that's going to be an obstacle that's going to make you analyze something else and critique yourself, or are you just going to continually keep turning around until you just turn it in a circle and you're spinning in a hole?
Yeah, that's very well put.
Right. That's a good point. I like that, Joe. I mean, that sums it up. That sums it up. That's a good analogy. Yeah, definitely. What about you, Andrew? Do you have any kind of inner resolve as far as, you know, breaking through, or anything that come to mind? What Joe just said, did it spark anything about overcoming a fear that you've had?
It's I can say that it definitely helps with having. The internet seems to be lagging a little bit here. Can you hear me okay? Okay. I think it helps having a team around you, that people that have done it before. You know, if you're brand new to this, that's an excellent tool. People around you that have done it, and it's like, you know, you get on the Rebel Marketers Facebook page, and you're never going to know if you don't type that question in and hit send or post. And so you just, it's a good thing about having a team. We're here to help out in the best way we can. We want to help you, and we want to see everybody succeed. So
that's it. Yeah. When you're talking about the teamwork, that's something we can start to wrap it up, I guess. You know, our show, depends on how long you guys want to go. It's already 20 minutes in, but just to get ready to wrap it up, teamwork. I mean, that's it. Our team is full of ideas and full of ways to help each other, and everybody has different skill sets and different ways of solving problems. And that's one of the great things about it. You know, with our background being military, you know the value of teamwork. Because, you know, if you rely on yourself, sometimes, you know, things can get overwhelming, and sometimes you do need to reach out. You reach out, and if you can reach out and someone's there to help, to give you a hand, then that's great. I think I believe you posted something about even that today, didn't you, there, Andrew? About a bundle of one twig can snap by itself. Was a quote. I think you had snap by itself. Maybe you can allude to that quote. What was it?
That
A
quote
bundle won't break.
That quote was funny you say that. That was in that movie Act of Valor, Navy SEALs.
Oh yeah.
It's Tecumseh. One twig may snap, a bundle of twigs is strong.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I mean that's with the teamwork that we have with Rebel Marketers. I mean it's just like together we're strong, and we can help solve problems and propel our own business forward and learn a lot of different things and inspire other people to do the same and help them. So, Joe, do you have any closing thoughts as far as so we can start to wrap up our After Dark show? We could talk all night. We can grab a beer and hang out if you guys want. I mean, it's all good, but we should probably wrap things up a little bit.
Well, yeah, I tweeted something a couple of weeks ago, and it was about fear, and I went back and I found it. Fear is what holds you back. On the other side of fear is freedom. Once you achieve freedom, all creativity is limitless. So once you break through whatever is holding you back, whatever you're fearful of, and you reach that level of, once you get there, it's like, and it's on the backside of you, you're free of it. So it's like now you are free to create, to blog, to write, to get your training in, whatever, because that monkey is off your back. So it's like, I can't say it enough. You just got to push through. Yeah. And you go into the teamwork part of it. If you're pushing through and you're hitting that brick wall, go find a shipmate. Say, hey, I need help. I don't care if it's just advice. I don't care if you physically need help, mentally need help. Hey, maybe they can put you in touch with somebody who can help you with your situation. But if you need help, get that help. But I'm a CB. I'm hard-headed. Difficult. I do it once. The impossible takes a little bit longer. So, I just push through.
That can-do attitude, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, man. What about you, Andrew? You got any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I am willing to accept any feedback on this as well. But what about if you journal about it? If you completely express the issue on paper.
Oh, yeah.
Then maybe you go work in the wood shop for a little while to clear your mind, or do something. Maybe have a jigsaw puzzle set up, or you completely remove yourself from whatever it is that's tripping you up here. And just go ride a bicycle or whatever. And then let the subconscious come back to it. I know you still have to walk through it. You still have to walk through the door, but it's. I'd just be curious if anybody in the group has any feedback on that. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. If anybody has any feedback that's watching the show, you can get with whoever invited you to the show and give them some feedback. You can get with me or Andrew or whoever else on the Rebel team that invited you to watch our show tonight, and you can leave a comment below. And also, there should be a link down there to click, and you can watch another video to learn a little bit more about what we actually do in our business. And like Andrew was saying, writing in a journal, we a lot of times things that we are trying to overcome or things that we're learning about, we will share on a blog, on our blogging platform. And it's sort of an online journal. A weblog is a blog. You know, that's a way to share everything that's on. So we're used to being in the military. You're used to logging everything in from sun up to sundown. You know, balls to fore watch or whatever, all the way down through. You know, all the different time frames, ringing the bells and stuff. But yeah, just doing a log and writing in the journal, that's great. But get back with whoever invited you to watch this show tonight. And everyone out there, I appreciate your viewing, and I'm glad that you're here tonight. And we appreciate the feedback, like Andrew was mentioning. And come and check us out, the Rebels. It's what the teamwork and overcoming fear and having success in your business is. That's what we are always working on and improving. We learn about something and we do it, and then we'll teach others and we inspire others, and they do the same. And it's one great big family and online in the internet marketing world. So thank you, everyone, and we're going to go ahead and close out our show. And thanks for watching Rebel TV After Dark.
Take care,
care.
Billy.
Good night.